Underdog high definition sports. We got to get into this pretty quickly, man. Are the Eagles trading AJ Brown? Like it seems like they're going to. The Eagles just made a trade for Dontayvion Wicks of the Green Bay Packers. Okay, Dontayvion Wicks is a good football player. He's a pretty damn good football player. Didn't get enough opportunity. Most guys in Green Bay didn't past year due to Jordan Love's injuries, inconsistencies, and that just such a stacked wide receiver room. They gave up a fifth round pick this year and a sixth round pick in the 2027 draft, plus gave Dontayvion Wicks a 1 year, $12.5 million extension. Dontayvion Wicks, man, I mean, you can't say he hasn't shown flashes. Obviously, last year, not as well. His success rate dipped in previous year, but he's still a pretty damn good wide receiver and is definitely useful. Has really cleared up the fumbles that he had his rookie year, but you can't tell me he's not a solid receiver. No, this is not the only move this team has made, man. Like they've made some serious moves. First off, us signing Hollywood Brown. Let's take a look at this depth chart here. Darius Cooper showed some good flashes. Danny Gray, no. They brought in Elijah Moore, which is everybody saying, well, they wouldn't really move off AJ Brown if they brought in his best friend, Elijah Moore. I'm like, well, this is this type of business. Johnny Wilson hasn't shown much. Britton Covey, special teams, Quez Watkins, legend for how much he's been on the Eagles. uh, Devontae Smith, obviously still there. So, I mean, it's not the worst position in the world, man. Here's why I think it's more likely that they're going to move off them. Let's take a look. So, if you see the top portion, it's pre-release, pre-retrade. What that means is June 1st. June 1st is a huge benchmark point when it comes to NFL contracts. And Howie Roseman, we know, is one of the best to ever do this. So he's going to make sure this is not going to be done pre-June 1st. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to make a move. It's looking like it's going to happen. Here's what it is. If they trade him, not release, if they release him, they're screwed. You don't want to do that. If they trade him, the dead cap is 16 mil, as opposed to if they trade him now and they trade him draft night, it's 43 mil. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So 16 mil, 43 mil. Okay. You save $7 million this year as opposed to lose $20 million. So there is a huge financial incentive to, move off of him post June 1. It looks like they are positioning themselves to move off of him after the draft June 1st. And there's been reports about it. I know there's a huge thing with Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. I don't want to get into that because I don't really know. And what I'm not gonna do is talk to you about stuff that I don't know. What I do know is they will have a dead cap in 2027 of 27 mil. That still decreases. Okay. It's just one of those things that you're gonna have to pay attention to. So we're gonna do a 7 round Eagles mock draft. If they trade off AJ Brown, I don't believe they're going to try and bring in anyone. Especially if he's going to New England. I can't see them bringing anybody in. That doesn't really make sense to me. I think they're going to draft somebody this year. Um, let's get into it, man. I mean, I've heard so many rumors that they're going to trade up in the draft to take a receiver, and the receiver I've heard is Jordan Tyson. So let's get into it. 7 round Eagles mock draft. We're gonna do this as pretty quick as we can. If you don't know me, haven't seen my other videos, my name's Hunter Darling. I've coached college football. I've coached internationally in Australia. Yes, Australia. It's a real thing. I'm not just making that up to blow smoke up here. Okay. Omar Cooper Jr. is a no. No, not happening. Sorry. People love him. I don't. Not for this team. Chris Bell is a good option if he didn't blow his knee out and kind of didn't become the alpha in that room at Louisville. So there's kind of a red flag there. There's also an injury flag, but he wasn't the alpha when Thrash was there. It took the following season for Thrash. So the only option for me at this point is Casey Concepcion. Casey Concepcion, Casey Concepcion. The dude has not really had a great quarterback in college. Okay? I want you to understand that. This dude since a freshman in college, has been one of the most dynamic receivers in college football. He stepped on A&M, easily the best receiver there. Like this dude has it. He's not the biggest guy in the world, okay? But I mean this he wasn't in a huge I mean, look at this. I mean his freshman season, 71 passes, 839 yards, 10 touchdowns, and then added it rushing 320 yards, okay? This dude is an unreal. I don't know if it's got his college stats here. This dude here, I mean, when you watched him at Texas A&M, he struggled the Miami game, but that was more so Texas A&M's offense um, than anything. But I mean, you watch that Miami defense. Besides Jeremiah Smith, no one really kind of gave it to him. This dude was awesome this past year, man. Like he was awesome. So first pick, Casey Concepcion. Now your Eagles have Devonta Smith, Dontayvion Wicks, Hollywood Brown, Casey Concepcion. Now you got a good wide receiver core here to add to the picks package that you're going to get for AJ Brown. Plus, you have a rookie deal. Wicks has an extension already for 13 million, so you're able to get some wiggle room on that one. So, round two, Eagles need a corner. I know they signed Tariq Woolen to a 1 year deal. Tariq Woolen's there, 1 year deal. Tariq Woolen did not start the Super Bowl. They pulled him and won without him. Okay? Yes, he has shown some flashes, but he has also shown that he's not the most dependable guy in the world, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to mention, their loss, in my opinion, a pivotal part of that defensive Reed Blankenship. See down to Marcus Epps, not a good position to be. You still have Andrew Makuba. Love that pick. Love that pick, man. But you want to make sure you can try to solidify this corner. Keeley Ringo's not going to be the guy. Corey Bennett, they tried it, not going to be the guy. You need another edge. Nolan Smith, consistently hurt. They did now they're trying to supplement it. Love Jalen Hunt with Arnold Ebiketie, Joe Tryon, Shayunka. Yeah, okay. They also lost a middle linebacker. This is what happens when you pay your quarterback, man. You paid your quarterback big money. You're paying guys big money. You paid Jordan Davis big money. You got to pay Jalen Carter. You need now cheap contracts, okay? This is the position that you're in. Now, I personally love Chris Johnson from San Diego State. Personally love him. I also really like Traden Stukes. Okay? Anthony Hill, would love to take him, but we can't do it. Just can't do it, man. I would love to do it. We can go edge or safety. AJ Halsey's a great player. Jalen Kilgore's a good player. Kamari Ramsey, I prefer his teammate Bishop Fitzgerald over Kamari Ramsey. Zakee Whitley, Lewis Moore's a good pick. It's a little late for him. So let's look in the second round here and see what we can do here. Danny Dennis Sutton. Derek Moore is going to go day two. You can guarantee it. And I think that's going to be the pick we're going to lean towards here. Derek Moore is going to provide a ton of. He honestly, if you guys are Bleeding Green Nation, man, like, I mean, I grew up a tremendous Eagles fan in Texas. Um, Derek Moore reminds you a lot of Brandon Graham, man. Solid frame, violent hands, very good at getting to the quarterback, good at collapsing the pocket. His inside move, I mean, dude, he's a good football player. So I mean, Joshua Joseph's another one that's here. It's not the worst thing in the world. I would see if we can lean. I would lean heavily on there. Yeah. I wanted to make sure there was no tackle available that they would take because, Howie loves trenches. He will go wide receiver. Giddings Dunker would probably be the pick if he wasn't there. So, with that being said, let's go take Derek Moore. Derek Moore's, if you haven't watched him, before you comment to talk shit, go watch Derek Moore, bro. Trust me. He is an awesome player. Okay, round three, pick 68. This is a good spot to be in. Early pick, round three. Okay, so now that we're here, let's go. We already addressed our edge. We already got a stud wide receiver. Let's go to the corner. Keontae Scott, good player, old nickel. We have it. Cooper DeSheen. None of these guys are really going to strike you too much. Takario Davis has some flashes. Like you don't want to go too heavy. I mean, Malik Muhammad's a good player. Same thing with the flashes. Safety. AJ Halsey's still here, dude. That's ridiculous. Jalen Kilgore's still here, dude. Jalen Kilgore's a stud. There's no way he's gonna be there. But You've heard this many times, man. Many times. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Jalen Kilgore. I'm gonna go Jalen Kilgore. Uh, AJ Halsey's a good player too. I really like AJ Halsey. Oh, it's just tricky, man. This is just tricky. He hasn't visited with the Eagles yet, which is shocking. Him in Seattle's a problem. We can't have that. Um, but you want a guy like AJ Hall. If you okay, so this is the thing. Him and Kilgore are pretty good athletes. Okay. Kilgore's more a freak show compared to him. Okay. But there's a physicality that you want in this defense that Makuba already brings. I changed my mind. Going AJ Halsey. AJ Halsey, Andrew Makuba, safety rooms locked up for the years to come. Okay. Until you have to pay him, then we'll figure that out. Okay. Pick 98, also still round three. This is when we kind of lean towards trenches, I would say. You don't want to hit wide receiver again. Another thing we can look at is tight end. Tight end's a tricky one though. You don't want to take him a little too early. Sam Roush, Joe Royer, Daquan Wright, they probably like him. Jack Indry's a good, really good player. Marlon Klein's a good player. Good tight end class. You don't want to do it right now. Quarterback, they brought in Andy Dalton. You don't want to do that either. So let's take a look at offensive tackle. Isaiah World is okay. If this dude did not get hurt, okay, and I'm trying to think if he was snapped his, I think he like tore his ACL. Yeah, tore his ACL in the playoff against Indiana, I believe. Yeah. So if he didn't tear his ACL, he'd be going a lot higher than this. Here's the thing: Eagles don't need him to play right now. They don't need him to play right now. They might if Lane Johnson gets hurt again, then we're back to where we started. But Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson's like really there. They took a swing last year on Cameron Williams. They're swinging on Miles Hinton. Like they're trying to see if they can address his position. Isaiah World's another guy, huge frame, looked really. I really liked him at Oregon. I really liked him at Oregon. And at Nevada, he was really highly coveted by these Power Four teams. That's a guy you want to add to your team, make your team better. 114 so far. Casey Concepcion, Derek Moore, AJ Halsey, Isaiah World. Really addressing it, looking like a very much Howie Roseman draft. Okay. So now we're back here. The thing I talked about earlier tight end, tight end, tight end, tight end. Got to get a backup tight end. Grant Calcaterra, Goddard. Goddard's days are numbered. Still want to make sure 137, we're probably going to look for tight end. 114, though, we really want to try to take a swing at corner. Okay. A lot of these guys are going to be tricky. I really, really like this kid. Dude, Toledo's secondary was gnarly this past year. Gnarly. And I don't know what it is with Toledo and DBs as of late, but man, they're really producing them. Andre Fuller is a guy I'm kind of leaning towards here. I really like Brent Austin, but yeah, I do like Chandler Rivers as well. Um, he's just a little. Yeah. I like Chandler Rivers. I like Chandler Rivers a lot. Devin Moore, he okay. Devin Moore just lacked a little bit of consistency for me. Okay, but it wasn't. I think it's not a bad pick as well. It's just going to come down to preference here. I have Andre Fuller way higher on my board as a I'm using PFSN's board, so I'm going to go there. Dallin Bentley just got taken, so now that's the tight end thing we're talking about. We got to go get him. Oh my gosh, he's still here. Sam Roush is still here. What the Eagles want is yes, Dallas Goedert is awesome. Sam Roush, if you haven't watched him, man, he's awesome. So Nate Borkature, Jack Injuries, Hibner. They're not. I don't really think they're going to go for an athletic type of guy. Joe Royer as well. Like they're going to look for one of these guys, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to go kind of high. I've heard Kane Sadiq, and then there's no. That doesn't really seem like them. I'm going to go who I have higher and who I think is a perfect fit for the Eagles. I do like Jack Andrews a lot for the Eagles, but Sam Roush to me is a perfect fit for this team. So Sam Roush is going to be picked from out of Oregon. Dude's stud, good player, elite frame, great hands. Like he's a guy that you want. Okay. So now we're here. Dude, this is so far. This is such a good draft. Such a good draft. Such a good draft. Okay. So now we're here. Pick 153. We're gonna do this as quick as we can. I appreciate you guys. If you guys still in this video, locking in with me. I like it. Okay. Here's the thing about High Roseman, man. The dude is a gunslinger. I think when they got Andy Dalton, they're moving off Tanner McKee. There's been a rumor that they started Tanner McKee as like a prove it thing to Jalen Hurts. There's a whole drama there. A lot has been coming out this offseason about it. They like to take swings at quarterback. They always do. Always do. They're going to take a swing at Taylor Green. Dude is an athletic freak show. If he watches Arkansas tape, it's actually pretty good. There's a lot of things that he needs to be coached up on, but the talent level is there. The talent level is there, man. Like that is a good quarterback if he could put it together. So Taylor Green's going to be the pick there. So we've addressed quarterback. He's going to be a backup, probably third string. They're probably going to move off Tanner McKee as well this offseason. The Eagles are going to get active because 2027's draft is the draft. Everyone knows it, man. It is such a good draft. Interior offensive line. Landon Dickerson almost retired. Not good. Really not good. Holland Pierce. I'm interested to see what I can see in him. Tyler Steen, Cam Jurgens, Drew Kendall, they brought him in. So, this is a wait and see type of deal. They're going to want to go get an interior offensive line this draft as well. Um, a guy that kind of makes sense now. They did change. Stout University is no longer there. So the preference thing and what I would draft for Stout is kind of dependent on, the things that have taken place with this team. But with that being said, I kind of like Jeremiah Wright here too. Do they have a center here? No, okay, they didn't do that. Okay, good. This board's pretty good the way it's set up. Armaj Reed Adams is probably going to be my pick here. I think he's more of a fit for this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. 6'5", 325. Really physical guy at the line of scrimmage. Can really be worked on his game. Dude, he plays with the tenacity that is really plays with a mean streak, man. And that's a guy that you want on the Eagles offensive line, especially if you really want a guy to push Tyler Steen in camp. That's going to be another guy to have. So now you're here, pick 197. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Last pick, and I believe that one of those fifths is already traded. I don't think this is updated. So if that's incorrect, I have to check that. Okay. Defense, 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 defense. I think they're going to take a swing at defensive tackle this draft, man. They're going to take a swing. If you bear with me on this one, Moro Ojomo's got to get paid. Jalen Carter's got to get paid. We don't know what's going on here. Ty Robinson, great player. Other than that, man, it's kind of shaky down here in these trenches. And if you know one thing about the Eagles is, man, they love to be at least too deep in the front seven. Like Zach Bond, they took Smell Mondon, Jeremiah Trotter the year before. They're taking swings. They're always, always, always. Ty Robinson, they're always, always trying to address this front three for Vic Fangio's defense. Now, they're probably going to make a move in the draft, man, but see, if they did not have Ty Robinson, I think they're going to move Ty Robinson over. And this guy is a perfect guy to go get. Out of Johannesburg, South Africa, Jordan Vandenberg out of Georgia Tech. Big time dude up front. Really strong, great base. Dante Corleone, I really like him a lot, man. I really love Dante Corleone. Another guy I think you would target, he's already been taken, most likely, is Dominique Orange. However, dude, this is so tricky. Cameron Ball, there was something to his game that when I watch Arkansas, he kind of gets high in his pad level that I'm not really into. Yeah, I think I kind of made my decision here, and I'm just kind of just looking for one of these picks to talk me out of it. There's Uwer Bernard, the dude who lit it up at the pro day out of Nigeria. The problem is that, you want a guy that's can kind of come in and get some reps. Worst comes to worst, Rayshon Benny's another guy, a little light in the frame, a little bit. But if you were looking for somebody like that, Devin Eastern's another one. Like, this is tricky. This is actually one of the trickiest selections I think I've made. I think I'm gonna stick with my initial gut and go Jordan Vandenberg and just let it ride. Should have went with the other African out of Nigeria. That'd have been Really awesome. Okay, so AJ Brown's getting moved off the offseason. Eagles are kind of resetting a little bit, trying to get everything together. First round, Casey Concepcion, great pick. Great pick. Great pick. Cannot explain how insanely good this dude is. Derek Moore, elite pass rusher, great edge to have. Okay, he's not going to be first team All Pro. Not just like Brandon Graham. Like you have to think Brandon Graham when you think of this pick. Okay, Brandon Graham in the first round, people were kind of underwhelmed about it because he was taking, But when you look at the career scope and the career arc of Brandon Graham, you're all in. Same with Derek Moore, AJ Halsey, another great safety, great safety, great safety. Will start. Okay, he will beat those guys out. He's a good player. Isaiah World, he will be a guy eventually for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is another good pick, man. If you see him get picked, especially later in the draft, be in on that one. Andre Fuller, good swing at corner. No, there is no shame in taking swings at corner, man, especially in this league. Sam Roush, love this pick at tight end. He will beat Greg Calcaterra out. No way. Taylor Green, third string quarterback. See what he's got. Watch him preseason. For the things that everybody says about Joe Milton, Taylor Green's better. On Madden, Taylor Green's better than Joe Milton, okay? Have him at third string. Let him learn. Let him try to develop. If not, you got 2027. Figure it out. Armaj Reed Adams, another guy in the interior offensive line. Jordan Vandenberg, beef up that defensive line. Big time Eagles draft. Let me know what you guys think. Eagles Nation, I know it was a rough year last year. This is a good draft to get it back on track. Enough of the drama, enough with all that, man. Let's just get it going. Peace.